Success Insight shares the stories of the people with passion and drive who make things happen in the world. Here's your host, Howard Fox.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Mindset Monday with Andrée Martin on the Success Insight podcast. Andrée is our leadership mindset and golf performance coach. She is an LPGA Class A life member, a nationally recognized top 50 golf teacher and expert, a member of the Maine Golf Hall of Fame, and a Neurolinguistic programming master certified coach. Recognizing golf's value as a business tool in today's competitive marketplace, Andrée works with individuals, groups, corporate, or organizational clients to create educational and team-building programs that enhance the professional success of aspiring executives. Andrée, welcome back to Mindset Monday with Andrée Martin on the Success Insight podcast.
Thank you, Howard. Always great to be back. And what a great start to the year we have here. And I am so excited about going for the gold in 2022. The title for today is Smarter Goals to Achieve Your Best Year Ever. Are you ready?
Year. Yes.
The best year ever. So I thought I'd start off. Everybody should be getting their tablet or a notepad handy because there's a lot of detail here that we're sharing, a lot of golden nuggets, as Howard would say, or pearls of wisdom. But the first thing I'd like to define is what really is a goal. A goal is an aim or an end in mind. So aim relates to direction. Where you're going to aim your driver on the golf course determines the direction you're going to go when everything is done appropriately and is lined up. And that's part of what we're learning today. So how is your business aligning for the future? End relates to outcome, the outcome you wish to achieve. And both of those go hand in hand. And so for today, what we've got is I've kind of taken the SMART goals and expanded on them. We're going to have smarter goals for 2022.
Fantastic.
Are you ready, Howard?
I am so ready for this. I am so ready.
There we go. There we go. So S stands for specific. They also should be simple. Be very specific.
I love simple. You know, it's like that old saying, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time.
Bite at a time.
Yeah, if you make them too complex, then you just get tied up in a knot.
It's all part of that grip, stance, posture achieves balance and alignment very easily. And in business, simple is better too. Where did that old saying, keep it simple, stupid, come from, right?
Right. The kiss principle.
Kiss it principle is definitely applied here. So be specific and simple. The M stands for measurable and meaningful for you. So I want to play more golf this year. Well, how many hours a day? How many days a week? And it's meaningful for you. Yes, you're taking time for yourself. So our country is strong on work, but you got to have that balance so you have the mindset clear so that you can have fun. And when you have fun in your sport, you can then have fun in your job and you're that much more enjoyable, even with your family. And it just trickles over into business. But it's got to be very specific and measurable and meaningful for you. Yes, your company has goals. How are you going to make it fun so that you can achieve the goals that the company has set for you? When you're working for yourself, okay, every business entrepreneur knows there's detail and then there's what you really love to do. So how are you going to make it meaningful and fun so that you're measuring up and achieving your financial goals and your personal goals so that everything falls into alignment? The A, while it could stand for alignment, it needs to be achievable. It needs to be very realistic and achievable, as if now all areas of your life. So achievable. Trying to think of a really good example here. I'm going to play more golf this year. I'm going to lower my handicap. Well, how many strokes? Depends on your handicap. Why not lower it by 2 points versus thinking you can do 5 or 10? And when you do it, great. And now in other areas of your life, in business, okay, where's your revenue per, and maybe it's how much, what's the percentage you're going to amp it up by on the measurement scale and make it realistic so you can achieve it. And I know SMART goals, achievable is the A and realistic is the R. They kind of go hand in hand, don't they, Howard?
They do. I mean, it's our show. We can kind of fudge this any way we want.
That's right. So it's achievable. And when it's achievable, realistic goes hand in hand with that to make it happen.
It becomes a realistic.
Realistic. Very good, Howard.
Yeah.
Very good. And then the other one is the T is timed.
We forgot R.
Realistic.
So you
Realistic.
did the A and the R together. Okay.
Well, we kind of blended it, but they are specifically separate.
I'm not even going to edit that out. That's all part of the show. Okay.
It is definitely part of the show.
All right.
Because when it's achievable and you're realistic about it in a very timely way, they all fall into place.
Sure.
When one of those is out of whack, it doesn't happen.
Okay.
So specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, timed. So by when? And I'll get into more details with that as we get further in on our smarter goals.
Sure.
It needs to be toward what you want. So I want to lower my handicap by 5 strokes. Do you really feel it's possible? I don't know. And you're having that negative chatter. Oh, but I can do it by 1 or 2 strokes. Now you can go toward it and believe it. So it's a specific time frame that is achievable and very realistic. So now we've pulled all those 3 together.
Sure.
The E in smarter is it's going to be ecological. It's got to be ecological. So what does that mean? It's got to feel right inside. If any part of you saying has any doubt or if it's inappropriate, it's not ecological. If you want to do it, but it's at a sacrifice for your family, it's not ecological. It's got to balance everything in your life. And then the R is being responsible. Taking responsibility for yourself and your life and be willing to take action to do so. And if you don't take responsibility, who will?
And that even applies to business as well as we create these smarter goals. You know, could be personal for you, but also it's your team, it's your organization.
It absolutely is everybody on board because the whole team has to agree that it's ecological. And if not, we then get into another topic that we'll cover in another month, but values and matching those values. And that all has to ecologically add up. And everybody needs to jump on board and be responsible for achieving the team goals. And individual inside, when you feel right inside, everybody comes together and the whole team soars. Success is imminent and then some when we do that. And it also comes into play with coaching, right? When the coach is helping hold everybody accountable for their smarter goals, everything aligns and falls into place as well.
Sure.
Great. So next steps, you want to list out in all areas of life, but for the purposes of what we're doing in golf or your sport, business, your personal life, for sure cover those. And I say It could be business or career, depending on where you are. And it's best to do this. We talked about the timing of it in our SMARTer goals: monthly, quarterly, yearly, 5 to 10 years. And you want to do that in each area of your life. Now, there's other areas of the wheel. It can include finances. It can include your spirituality, your faith, all of them. But for sure, make the time for the purposes of this podcast, your sport, which your business, your life, and the mindset that goes around with that.
Yeah,
right?
I love the fact that you're giving people this homework, because this, again, it reminds us that we can't do this all by ourselves. I mean, we need to
Yeah.
do this. I can't do it for you. You can't do it for your clients. You know, the individuals, our listeners, they have to do it for themselves. Perhaps they could even lead their company and their team, their employees, into doing it. But you need a guide, somebody that's there to support you, and that's where your coaching, my coaching.
Exactly.
can
And
come in.
a lot of what we do is it's about helping you, the listener, be held accountable so that you are achieving. Last episode of the podcast we did was all on your vision for your life. Well, great. You set your vision for your life. Now these goals are going to help you achieve that vision. And we hold you accountable. And it's like, oh, we're veering off this way. No, this isn't a way to measure where you're wanting to go. We need to bring you back and try something else. That's where we get to help everybody with that. And it's super. And what you can do as the listener, as you're going through and setting your SMARTer goals, is you can, as you're finishing each area, ask yourself, what is the last thing that needs to happen so that you know you've got it, right? Let everything align. And ask yourself within that, is this in alignment with my values?
Sure.
And so what's the last thing that needs to happen in order for you to get it? It's in line with my values. Great. Is it in alignment with my character? Great. Does it? And then another piece that I feel people often leave out, and then they wonder why there's an emptiness, is, does it help me contribute and actually help me with the contribution I want to make to the world? So you've got yourself, your company, and then the world. How am I affecting and making an impact? How do I wish to? And is there a bigger and better way I can do that this year?
That's wonderful. It's not all about just me, but it's about my team, my peers, my company, the neighborhood, the community,
Absolutely.
and then some. I love it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'd like to close actually with a quote from Greg Norman. So for the listeners out there, Greg is a big Hall of Famer in golf. And if you're new to golf, the shark made a great point. The question of success will be determined by your own level of commitment. And that really supports the SMARTer goals of specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, timed, ecological, and responsible. And so, Howard, I hope everybody who's listening goes for the gold, and I want you all to have a SMARTer 2022.
Fantastic. Well, we definitely have given them more food for thought today and more actions to take. So this is not just listening to a pretty podcast, but it's pulling out that pencil and paper and writing things down, typing it into your, pad of choice, and beginning to take action. And if you need to, contact folks like Andrée or myself, and or find a coach, do a Google search.
Absolutely.
But, don't feel like you should or need to or go through this by yourself. It's going to be helpful to have somebody there to join you on the journey.
And, even we wouldn't mind. I know if I'm not the right coach, I am more than willing to get you set up with the correct one that is right for you, your company, and your family needs.
Of course.
By all means. And that's what this is all about, is how are we going to make our impact in the world? And in doing our part with responsibility, we can get it done and all be in alignment.
Very good. Very good. Andrée, if our listeners would like to learn more about you and your work, where are the best places for them to go?
Best places to go is my website, andreegolf.com, and that's Andrée with 2 E's. I have a YouTube channel, and I am on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, pretty much. Oh, and of course, we've got the Spotify playlist, Howard, that I know you're about to talk about.
Of course we do. Of course we do. Fantastic. Well, Andrée, thank you once again for helping us kick off Success Insight in 2022 with another wonderful episode of Mindset Monday with Andrée Martin on the Success Insight podcast.
My pleasure. Here's to going for the gold in 2022, everybody.
Fantastic. All right, folks. We are now officially underway in 2022. We had our first episode of the year was with Andrée 2 weeks ago. And so really, when we get to that second episode, we're in, okay? We're committed. And so this second episode of January, Smarter Goals to Achieve Your Best Year Ever. We hope you enjoyed today's podcast episode. Do go and check out Andrée and her work at andreegolf.com. You can also check her out via her social sites, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And of course, you can find all of our episodes of Mindset Monday with Andrée Martin on the Success Insight podcast by visiting successinsightpodcast.com. We also have our Success Insight podcast pages on Facebook and LinkedIn. And we are also on all of the major podcasting platforms: Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, Audible, Pandora, iHeartRadio, and as Andrée alluded to, Spotify, where we have a playlist of just our Mindset Monday with Andrée Martin episodes. Okay, so you can check us out there. All you have to do on the podcasting platforms is search for Success Insight Podcast, which we hope you'll do. Please like us, comment, share, all those great things that help to continue to give this episode of Mindset Monday and all of our episodes, in fact, all the episodes on Success Insights library, as much traction as possible. You can also find us on our YouTube channel, which we hope you'll like as well. Okay, folks, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, go out there, have a phenomenal day. Take care of yourselves, your family, and continue to make your 22 the best year ever. Okay. And we will see you on February's episodes with Andrée on the Success Insight podcast. So take care now.
Success Insight is a production of Fox Coaching and First Story Strategies. Find us online, successinsightpodcast.com.